And we're live.
Cool. Cheers, everyone. Don't know what I had the intro last night, but yeah, moving on. Everybody, hope we're all doing well. Welcome to the FPL Breakdown on our new home of the Sports and Screen Lounge. So we'll be exclusively coming on that channel every week now. So obviously, please hit the subscribe and share button for the channel. It really helps. We will basically be going through game week 1, where George needs to remember to double check that the bench boost button is actually confirmed. But apart from that, it was not a bad week for me. But then, obviously, I'm joined by Ravi. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good, all good. Just basking in the glory of being top of a lot of leagues. It was a pretty good first week for me. Obviously, we'll get into the teams in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, at one point before the Chelsea game, I was 6,000th in the world.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just edit the bit out before the Chelsea game. So, as you know,
yeah, I mean, who cares about the Chelsea game? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Chelsea who? Right. So obviously, Ravi, he's our expert. That's what we have. So 6,000th in the world, Ravi. That's what we're calling you. And then obviously we're joined by a special guest. We've got the amazing Catherine. How you doing, mate?
Oh, doing pretty good. How are you doing today, George?
Yeah, good. Can't complain. I was a little bit tired this morning because I was at Meadow Park, but I enjoy watching Arsenal. Well, I don't like watching Arsenal at Meadow Park because I don't really like Meadow Park. But yeah, it was good to be back watching some football at long last, and yeah, can't complain. So now we're going to chat some FPL. What I'd like to chat about. There was some before we actually move on, Ravi. There's a comment, and I thought, mate, this person's very eager because I think they sent a message at like
it's about 10 minutes before we went live. Yeah.
Yeah, no, on my one it says they sent it at like 20 to 9 p.m. So I'm assuming that must have been yesterday. So, but we appreciate the comment. The comment will be read because I think there's some interesting stuff in there.
Yeah. So he's put on there saying his standout was Joao Pedro for 11 points, goal, assist, and 2 bonus points against a 5.6 point projection. And then Gehi at 6 million, returned 10 with a goal and 3 bonus points. He's got a typo in there at 31 bonus points, which I don't think is possible. So it said that's the highest of anyone in the City game. So some good picks in there for Mr. FPL there.
Yeah. So
if only you got points for shots on target, but no goals.
Yeah. So then, obviously, anyone who's watching, come say hi and let us know how you've done as well. It'd be interesting to see how you guys done. Like we say, remember, you guys make the show, so drop your info how you got on. Let's start going into it. We'll go into game week 1. So I'll start off. Right. I got 59 points. And according to Adam, who I've been chatting to, he said that's really good without Haaland and Bruno. Who needs them, I tell you. Told you Haaland wouldn't do nothing. He's had an haircut. He's forgot how to score. So he'll probably score this week. I've said that now. But yeah, 59 points. I thought I pressed my bench boost. I thought apparently, looking at it, I didn't. So that was a bit annoying because I think I had about 19 points on my bench. But
it's actually a little bit more than that. But
do
you want me to say the actual number it was?
No, not really. Moving on. I was just trying to make it hurt a little bit less. But yeah, it happens. Do you know what I mean? I can make it up. Yeah, so we'll start with you, Catherine, actually. How was your game week 1 and what was it? That's a good start.
Yeah, so I didn't send Ravi a picture of my game week 1. I had 48 points. My captain was good old Bruno Fernandes, who, you know what? The logic behind that was like United have one of the easiest, if not the easiest, start to the season, and he should be able to back up his 3-time season trophy player of the season year and all that malarkey. Like, he should have been able to back that up. And then United just got their butts handed to them. And I have Soboslai on my bench who had 8 points. So, yeah.
Yeah, that 99th minute penalty must have been a real kick in the teeth for you there.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, for me, it was great. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, but I had 3 Manchester United players in
that's got
my starting 11. Yeah, and Mbomo, Bruno, and Luke Shaw. Because you would think newly promoted team against a team that finished 3rd, United should be able to keep on chugging along. Maybe get what was it, the game 3 in a row? Win 3 in a row, or would it have been their 4th? Should have probably gotten a clean sheet. So I was kind of going United clean sheet, bonus points with the defender and the 2 midfielders, and Bruno and Brian linked up well last season. Could have been some goals and assists in there. Like, there was logic behind my picks of, let's go Manchester United, 3 players there. And since Ravi bragged about being in the top 6,000 in the world, I am currently sitting at 4,969,899th in the world. So
yeah, but look at the positive of that. You're in the top 5 million.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I was going to say there's over 10 million people playing, so
exactly.
you're doing better than over half of the people playing. So
exactly,
Yep.
like I picked Mbomo as well, and yeah, less said about that. But Man United were left in a hole. That's all I've got to say with that. Just want to say, obviously, evening to Laura. Hope you're okay, mate. She said she did shit at the weekend, so I don't know how bad that was, but I think she said you said it was that, Ravi, I think.
Yeah. So. I think, I did see a tweet from the guy that won it last year, who said game week 1 last season, he ended up with like 38 points. And
so I've got a good chance winning it then.
Yeah. And I think after the first game week, he was like 7 millionth in the world or something like that. And
so there's hope for me.
There's hope for us all that we can somehow turn this around and do really well this season. So I think, looking at my team, I got a little bit of help from Adam last week. He convinced me about De Kuyper and Brighton start. So that added 17 points to my total, which with my bench boost was very handy. And I should have listened to him when he said Hinchell would as well. But then I said, do you know what? I don't want to put all of my eggs in with the Brighton basket, just in case. You never know with teams like Brighton. They could turn up and smash someone 4-0, or they will get smashed 4-0. So
I've got Chelsea this weekend as well. So.
Yeah. So I looked at it and I said, do you know what? Sunderland have a better start. Let me go Enzo Lefebvre. And he got a measly 2 points. So, it wasn't like as good of a start as I've had. I'm not going to complain about being 144,000th in the world. I'm like there are spaces where I can improve, for sure. But I'm going to look at my team, and do you know what? Let's go into all of our teams and what we're looking like going into game week.
Just one thing. Just to let you guys know, obviously, also. I know there's probably a few people watching on Twitter. We're not ignoring you. At the moment on our stream, we're having issues with reading Twitter comments. So obviously, if you want your comments read, come over to the YouTube channel. So that's Sports in the Screen Lounge, and we'll get all your comments read. We're not ignoring you. It's just they're not working.
So if you can come via the YouTube, and we can actually see your comments from there. But let me just share what my team's going to be looking like.
We have some breaking transfer news. Hold on, let me get my yellow tie out. It's Jim White.
Oh, Here we go.
Emi Martinez, Chelsea. Here we go. Never thought I could hate him anymore, but there you go.
Oh.
So, Chelsea desperately need a really, really good goalkeeper. They've gone just for a little bit of an upgrade on Robert Sanchez with Emi Martinez. So there you go.
Well, people keep saying that he's the best goalkeeper in the world. So, you know, at some point,
mate, if he's the best goalkeeper in the world, then yeah, I'm running for election.
He was arguably the best goalkeeper 4 years ago, but he's been riding that World Cup win coattails for 4 years.
Like I always say, I preferred him when he was Damian Martinez. Emi Martinez to Chelsea. Obviously, I don't know if that changes people's FPL decisions. I don't think it does. Not from a Chelsea.
Laura's got it.
Not from a Chelsea point of view. Surely you can't be picking Martinez ahead of people like Palmer, Rodgers, or Pedro. Surely.
Laura's got it for you. George, you would be better in goal.
I think I would, to be honest. I don't know.
You'd first have to get over the fact that you'd have a Chelsea badge on your chest, but
yeah,
I see it, can I? So that's we're not a transfer news show, guys. Just if there is transfer news breaking while we're on the FPL show, you get double bubble. So
because it could affect your FPL squad.
Yeah.
It could. It actually could. Yeah, but I mean, whether or not he starts is probably the other matter. So I mean,
he must start over Finney though, mustn't he?
Well, it depends on if he's registered in time, and also.
I know. Sorry, I don't mean for like this week, but like generally, he's got to be coming in.
Generally, like he wouldn't be signing if he wasn't going to be first choice.
Yeah.
Right. So let's. Laura with the old. We would call him Katie McCabe. And watch him badge tap every single time he saves when we play them in a couple of weeks. But yeah, let's get back onto our teams. So my team currently going into game week 2. I'm going to roll the transfer on for another week. No changes necessary for me. So I've gone Riot in goal, a back 4 of Calafiori, back 3 of Calafiori, Luke Shaw, and Hume from Sunderland. 5 in midfield: Soboslai, Enzo Lefebvre, Solis, Bruno Fernandes, and Iliman and Jai. And then Brobby and Haaland up front with Haaland as captain. On my bench, on my bench, Kinski, Muharemovic, De Kuiper, and Igor Jesus. What are we thinking about that, guys?
I don't like the Haaland pick, but it's what I have to do for the show this season. So, but no, I get it. I know he's not playing, but the Igor Jesus one becomes a bit academic for me now that they've signed Delap.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're not spending 50 mil on a striker and then not starting him. So where does Chris Wood fit into that when he's back fit? I don't know. Like, obviously, he has a cheap option on the bench. It's fine, but then I say that you could swap Jesus to Delap, and then what's that? You're saving 0.5. I'm not saying that's a transfer that needs to be done, but that's something in the future that could be.
I think it's one of those things that until Delap actually starts playing, you don't know essentially how trusted he's going to be, because he's on his 5th club in 5 seasons.
I think 7 in 7.
Yeah. So, truly, how reliable can he be?
But for someone who's 5.5, I don't think he needs to be, because he's always going to be your third striker, isn't he? Like Delap. I think he'll get a couple of goals at Forest. Hi Margaret, hope you're okay. Let us know how you got on game week 1 and drop your team if you want us to go through it. The team's decent, mate. I just it's the Man United picks. I just
Yeah.
After I watched them in its Hull, and I thought, Jesus, bloody hell.
Yeah. They are currently on probation, really.
Yeah.
I've given them one more week against a newly promoted side, this time at home, and hopefully they can turn it into something. I
They
might
got
even
Ipswich
at home, who did beat Sunderland.
Oh,
But yeah, but it's one
they
of those
can't be
things.
that bad twice, surely. Well,
You'd
It
really
could be
like to think
though.
so.
they could be, but right. Let me rephrase that. They shouldn't be that bad twice, but
they, yeah.
they could.
Brentford.
So I am umming and ahhing about Bruno Fernandes as captain against Ipswich at home, just to try and prove a point, because he's apparently the football player of the year for England. So
I mean, for me, you got to try and back that up. Like you failed miserably in the first week, and now you've officially been and now now that you've done this, like officially have gotten it. You do need to back it up now.
Yeah, so I've done the swap. Fernandes captain, Haaland vice. I'm going to roll the transfer for another week, see how this team lands after game week 2. There are some interesting fixtures going into game week 3, so I don't think it actually shows you.
Arsenal-Chelsea week.
Arsenal-Chelsea week it is,
Yeah.
So
not worried.
Well,
that defense on Monday night.
So yeah, I've got a lot to think about going beyond game week 2 in just what to do with this team. I think on the chopping block potentially could be Enzo Lefebvre, either Bruno or Haaland to free up some funds. And if Igor Jesus loses his place, with the funds I can sell from someone like Enzo Lefebvre or Bruno Fernandes, I can upgrade that to Joao Pedro after the Arsenal game, because I imagine he's not going to do too much against us.
Yeah.
And you would do that knowing you would take a 4-point deduction?
Well, because I'm rolling the transfer, I'm like, I have 2 transfers to do next week. So yeah, I'm very averse to making 4-point hits, just because unless it's like a blank game week and I know that I can get that back with someone who's not playing.
I said screw it this week. I took 1 4-point hit. Like I can't have. I need to get rid of my United players.
Yeah. And talking about that, let's take a look at your team.
I don't have the official lineup on there right now. I think I'm gonna go 3 at the back for that one.
Okay, so just for George's benefit, I'll read out your squad as a whole. So your 2 goalkeepers are Robin Roths and Jordan Pickford. The back line consists of Gabriel, Calafiori, De Kuyper, O'Reilly, and Diop. Midfield of Solis, Fernandes, Szoboszlai, Njai, and Sangare, with Isak, Calvert-Lewin, and Brian Brobby up front.
Just to answer Margaret. I don't know how you do a photo in this chat, but if you drop it into the WhatsApp group, Catherine or Ravi can quickly grab it and have a look, because I don't know how you put photos into this chat.
As soon as she puts it in, I can I can get it up. Don't worry.
Yeah, so if you just drop it into the WhatsApp group that we have, and then go from there.
Yeah. So right now I am doing Royce in goal with Gabriel, Calafiori, and O'Reilly as my back 3.
Okay.
De Kuyper, he was a panic sub because I did have Luke Shaw in my squad last week, and I said no, thank you. And he was my second transfer. I'm like, I need to try and get some points on here. And De Kuyper, looking at Brighton's next few fixtures, I mean, I could have waited, but I could also try and get points this week. I am playing all 5 of my midfielders this week. And then I have Isak and Calvert-Lewin as my front 2 right now. Though I am like, do I just switch Isak and Brobby out? I think Calvert-Lewin could do some serious damage to Brentford. or it's just going to end up being like 2 points for all strikers this weekend.
That doesn't seem unlikely to me, looking at, how Isak performed at the weekend, and then also how Sunderland's performed as a whole. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I like the squad. I think in places you were a bit unlucky last week. Some good transfers in, obviously Sangare and De Kuiper did really, really well. Game week.
I did, yeah.
He's a very good player. That's
Yep.
Sankare. Like you're hearing it first. Here's a clip from Laura. He'll be a player that goes for 100 million in the next 12 to 18 months.
I did have Brian and Bomo my squad last week. I took out 2 of my 3 Manchester United players and brought in Sangare and De Kuiper. Both for kind of stupid to do those transfers this early, but with United seemingly getting off to the getting off to the season on the wrong foot, I'm like, I'll keep Bruno in, just in case he starts picking it up. But I'm going Zalas as my captain.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's what I was thinking of actually.
Villa are down to the squad that they put out last week is not a squad that can hold up. I mean, they're like a little mini fan that is, a football pitch away from a big ass candle. And the candle being Arsenal, you can't put out that fire. So I think he could do some serious damage against a seemingly extremely weak Villa team. Is that going to bite me in the ass? Probably.
Yeah, so
but I'm not back to Arsenal, boys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like the squad as a whole. I think, Gabriel and Calafiori double up is good. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like having the same team in defense, just because if one goal is conceded, it's just like 2 clean sheets gone. I mean, saying that, I do have Raya and Calafiori, so it is sort of like me, sort of like not going by my own logic, but at the same time, I think how good we are defensively and how abysmal Villa were, because obviously there's no Ollie Watkins, and like he's going to Saudi, and what was it? They played Emi Buendia up front.
Yeah.
Who I know is good against us, but like he's going to get absolutely bullied by our defense.
They're back.
Yeah. Margaret sent her team in, so let's take.
I would say they could play Esri Konsa, but
Arsenal could.
I mean, he could make his debut against them.
Probably will.
I think he starts. I think
the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes he'll come on.
Yeah. Let's just take a quick look at Margaret's team. Window, Margaret.
She has given us both last week's and this week's.
I missed.
Last week's was the most recent picture she sent.
Okay, and then so
I need to math that.
So some interesting picks that Margaret's got here going into game week 2. George, I'll read it out for you. So her starting 11 is Pickford in goal, a back 5 of O'Reilly, Lacroix, Tarkovsky, Gabriel, and Gvardiol. Midfield 2 of Rogers and Rice, and 3 up top, Thiago as captain with Gyökeres and Joao Pedro up front. On the bench, we've got Verbruggen in goal, Doku, who's injured, Yarmouk, and Bruno Guimaraes, who's got a yellow flag on him as well.
Yeah, I've never seen a team with 2 midfielders.
Yeah.
I just realised mathematically that you could do that. I could never do it because my midfield is stacked.
Yeah, I mean, I've always got a lot in my midfield, so.
But yes, I like it. It's Maverick.
Yeah, Yeah, it is very Maverick. In shout out to Adam last week, who goes by
Yeah.
FPL Maverick. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's a very interesting lineup. A lot of big defenders in there, and some picks who didn't really get any game time last week. So obviously Gyökeres didn't get anything. Doku and Bruno Guimaraes were injured as well. So
I reckon he could be back on Monday though.
I think he might be. Yeah,
because Arteta said that he's been training. So
yeah,
Yeah, he's marked as a 75% chance to play, which I mean, to be fair, he was last week as well.
Yeah.
So, but I think that was there prior to the press conference where Arteta was like, "Yeah, Bruno's not going to be playing," but he's probably going to at least get some minutes against Villa. Probably not starting. Coming back from an injury. In my opinion, if someone's coming back from injury, they should not be starting their first game back. But I'm not the manager, so.
I don't think he starts ahead of Rice and Skelly anyway, personally. So.
Yeah, very true. Margaret, one thing that I would flag to you is, say Gyökeres doesn't play again, it would be Doku coming off your bench, not Yarmouk, who's probably the likeliest to play. So always just make sure that as you're setting up your lineup, you do organize that bench, because it is the first listed player that comes off that bench.
Oh, I thought it was the first listed player that played.
No, it's always the first player on the bench. So I've fallen down that trap a couple of times, where I've had players on my bench who have either got 0 points or 20 points, and guess which player I put as my first substitute.
Yeah, and obviously the only thing I would say as well, Margaret, is that when you do go to make a transfer, you are going to have to get rid of one of those Arsenal players, because you've got 4.
Yeah.
Because you've got Guimaraes, Bruno, Gyökeres, is it Zolis?
Rice and Gabriel.
Yeah. So Rice and Gabriel. So one of them going to have to go. And if you're saying what one would I get rid of, ask me after Tuesday.
Immediately, I'd be saying Gyökeres, because I think
that's what I was thinking.
Havertz is the first choice striker.
Yeah. But that's why I said ask me after Tuesday, because if a certain Argentinian decides that he can't get his move to somewhere else in Spain, he potentially might want to not play in Spain anymore, and then I think that it becomes your number 1 striker at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't think that deal happens personally, but it's interesting, because apparently the Martinelli deal's been held up, and the rumours are it's because Arsenal are trying to line up a replacement. So,
right.
Which I agree with, like away from FPL, like as just from an Arsenal point of view, I think that's how Arsenal should be moving. You don't let Martinelli go if he's not got a replacement.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree.
Because you could still get that money from in January if there's a replacement. Like maybe a certain Croupy Junior becomes a bit of an option. I don't know.
Hey. Right. So George, you mentioned earlier for Game Week 2, you've not made any transfers. So
mate, I ain't even looked at my team. That's how bad I've been so busy this week. Like I know what my team is, but there's things I need to do with it. But yeah.
Cool. So we could just give your team, once you've sort of like had a little review post Game Week 2, a little review next week in a bit more of a deeper dive.
Yeah, I like just going into it. I'm not going to make a transfer. Just there isn't really anyone jumping out for me. Like I'm waiting for I am waiting for the transfer deadline and all that stuff. So obviously that's after Game Week 2. The reason I am is because I want to watch what certain players do, because Barcola going to Liverpool is an option for me.
Yeah.
If he comes in at 9.5, I think that could be quite. I don't even know if he'll come in that high, but he might because of the price tag. But it's someone I was thinking of, and then obviously with other stuff. So, yeah. My fault with Isak as captain for last week was most of the stuff for goals would probably go through him playing against Newcastle. That didn't happen. So I think with the luxury I have, I still have 1.5 million.
Yep.
I have that luxury. Someone like Mbuemo's got the game against Ipswich. If he doesn't do anything, maybe Mbuemo can become Palmer or Barcola or someone like that. But I'm gonna wait and see because obviously I'm still planning to wildcard in over game week 4 or 5. I don't know. Like get you guys because I stupidly didn't bench boost last week. Is it worth bench boosting this week?
I'd probably say it depends on who your team are going to be playing and what their fixtures are like. So,
See, I don't think it is because I've got my bench is Verbruggen, Leeds defender. Can't remember his name.
Muharimovic.
Yeah. Who else I've got?
Might be a good one for next week.
Yeah,
as in game week 3 or game week 2.
Bench boost for week 3.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you've got a Forest player on your bench, they're playing Liverpool. Not trying to disrespect Forest or anything, but I think some of those players, especially a defender, is going to end up with negative points from goals conceded.
Yeah. So
because I think that Liverpool are going to want to show that they can actually win games, not just because of extra stoppage time thrown in there.
I just think it goes like the main 3 Liverpool attackers you're probably looking at is probably Szoboszlai, Isak, or Barcola when he comes in, isn't it? There isn't.
Yeah.
I don't think Gakpo's at Liverpool by Tuesday.
I think he'll be leaving by deadline day, and
we might end up with him.
Yes, I think Florian Wirtz is going to keep getting subbed off around the hour mark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
which is a bit odd if you ask me. You have, the record signing striker, the record signing winger, and the record signing attacking mid, and one of them can't even play 60 minutes, or more than 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're at the beginning of the season where you're playing a game every 6 days right now. Well, Liverpool will start picking it up a little bit more with, the EFL Cup and Champions League, but it's a bit shocking to me that Wirtz is not playing more than 60 minutes.
Yeah. I think I'll still keep Isak as captain because there'll be a bit of a differential as well because most people are going to go for Mbuemo or Haaland if they've got him. So all it takes is Isak to set up a goal or score one, and then that's kind of he's done what Pedro done, didn't he? So yeah, I think my team generally is all right. Obviously, its results permitting. Obviously, like that Arsenal one, getting what was it? 21 points from that was a solid start. So I think the assist from Calafiori and then how Zolis done that was quite good. So yeah,
Zolis got the assist too.
Yeah,
that was an odd one. FPL credited him with the assist.
Didn't. Yeah, he nearly didn't. So I think the only one I'm not sure about is the I've got the Everton winner on my bench, but I don't know who I'd bring him in for.
Who's it? Illiman and Jai?
Yeah.
What other midfielders do you have?
Szoboszlai, Solis. Hold on, let me try and remember now. Szoboszlai, Zolis, and there was one more, and I can't think who it was. It's gone out of my mind. Oh, Semenyo, and there was, I can't remember who the other one was. It wasn't anyone major. So, and Bremer. So one of them must have come out. But they all playing against decent teams, so I'm not really sure. Unless I went 2 up front, and that's with Thiago. Don't get me started on him. Thiago, that stupid penalty. I could have punched him. Yeah,
the minus 2
Thiago.
points on that.
I got 0, so lucky I didn't get much.
I feel bad for
but-
Margaret. Margaret had him captained.
Yeah, so yeah, Thiago, Pedro, and Isak. So
I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe.
you could drop a defender, couldn't you? Or are you already at a back 3?
I've got 3.
Yeah, so,
I wish
that's not gonna
I
help.
wish I could play 2 at the back, but
That's the one thing I don't like is like you give us 5 defenders, but you have to play at least 3 of them in a week where I only want 2 of them to be playing. But I have to pick a third. And that bit me in the ass last year.
yeah.
At one
So
point.
yeah,
Like,
that's my only thing I'm not sure about is who's been enjoying for, really.
Yeah. Right. Let's take a look at the draft because obviously we couldn't see everyone's team. We couldn't see everyone's team last week out, and I have the leaderboard currently here. The FPL Breakdown Draft
this was
League
mine.
with Murray sitting at top on 54 points.
Margaret
in second. Margaret in second with 51. Catherine next on 42. Myself at 4 with 40 points. George just behind on 35.
I'll take that. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to be bottom or something with that front 3.
Vigo in 6th with 29. Austin joint 6th on 29. And Ilemo propping up the table on 27 points.
Maybe you might want to swap one of his strikers because he's bottom of the league and change it up.
Maybe. You never know. George, we'll look at your team real quick. So 35 points. And, this is based almost solely off Tarkovsky's 6 points and Gahey's 10 points. The next highest player after that was 3 points. So it wasn't the best. I mean, obviously you had Trafford on 9 points and Asula on 4 points on your bench. So your bench curse is extending to the draft league as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, mine's worse.
I don't doubt that 1 second, Catherine. But we'll get on to yours in a second. Where George, you mentioned you've made no changes. Is it anyone you're considering, or are you just going to be waiting until the next big strike comes in and then try and go for that?
Probably go for that if I'm honest, because I need someone to actually have a strike force on there with. Like, I know Osterloo got 4 points, but that's not good enough, is it?
He's orange marked too. Probably at like a 25%
Yeah.
chance to play.
So
you know what I mean? So
25% chance playing.
Yeah, so I think obviously I think I'm just gonna wait, to be honest. Murray did want to give me Petrovic for Trafford, and that weren't happening. But then so I might change it up a little bit. Like Bryn make a couple of subs and stuff. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna wait until hopefully then someone pops up, like striker wise. Even someone like Jackson at Villa.
Yeah, that could be a very good differential pick, actually.
Because obviously I can't. Do we know what Jackson is? Right now?
As in
Like
what price he is? I mean,
sure
it won't.
like 6 points.
Yeah, but it won't make a difference for your draft team because
but I'm just saying that generally, like
transfers and players.
Was he like? I'm sure he's like 6.5, something like that.
I think in around that mark, yeah.
Which
6.5.
See that I mean, like that for someone who's probably going to be a number 1 forward at Villa.
Yeah,
is
I mean, he should be if he's not ahead of Buendia,
Well, apparently Tammy Abraham's leaving and all. So
Yeah, I think Abraham's going to Ipswich.
yeah, so that's a really good signing for Ipswich. Like,
I think so as well. Yeah.
him and Palacios from Leverkusen, they're really good signing.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the draft, sorry, just so someone like that. Like yeah, and obviously I'll see who's available. Like someone might want to throw Liam Delap away.
Margaret will go. Not Margaret. I was looking at Margaret. I was looking at Margaret's name just above yours. Catherine, we'll go to yours.
I'm sure she's been told worse.
I had a net difference of 18 points on my bench, folks.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna scroll that far.
82.
18.
Oh, I said 82. I was like, is that even possible?
No, if I would have played my bench players for my lowest ranking players, it would have been a net difference of 18.
Yeah. So
19.
we can see that there Collins on 6, McBurney on 5, and Tavernier on 10 points. So
Frimpong at 0, Neto at 1, Calvert-Lewin at 1, Anderson, O'Reilly 2.
I mean, you're saying that as if you didn't get 9 for Calafiori, 9 for Ilimanjai, and 8 for Sobozai as well. But
And another 6 from David Raya with
yes,
60 with 90 minutes and a clean sheet.
Yeah, we love to see it. But yeah, I mean, obviously you've got a pretty stacked midfield here with Sobozai and Jai, Anderson, Neto, and Tavernier. And you've also made some transfers going into this week.
Yes, and I beat Ravi out for the Kuiper. I said, Jeremy Frimpong, you're gone. I don't think Frimpong's going to be getting much more than 60 to 70 minutes a game.
I agree.
And I think he's going to be like, he'll have one great game week and then he'll go back to 2 points because he played 60 minutes. And De Kuiper, Frimpong for De Kuiper. With De Kuiper being played more as a forward / midfielder, he should be getting some great points for any goals or assists that he has, or goals, assists is still 3 points. But with him being as a defender in here, Brighton get a clean sheet, that's 3 points. So
yeah,
good logic behind that. And I did take Sangare in, and Pedro Neto is out. I took a risk with taking a Chelsea player with them having 50 players on their books.
Yeah.
He got me 1 point because he came on in the last 10 minutes. With Chelsea, you kind of never really know what their starting 11 is going to be, except for three players. Like three players. If Reece James is fit, he's starting.
Yeah.
You're going to have Cole Palmer starting, and you're going to have Morgan Rogers starting. That's your three. I think you could now argue. I think for now you can argue Joao Pedro is going to be the starter as well. But like, there's still enough going on at Chelsea where I don't think you will see consistent starting 11s, and Neto is probably just going to be their cup guy. So I'm like, just get him out. Bring me the midfielder that had one of the best games over the weekend.
And you meant to be going Saudi, Neto.
Maybe.
Well, I'm sure I read that somewhere. Yeah. But everyone's going Saudi, isn't they, these days? But,
yeah.
But yeah.
But Robbie, you want to explain how I got De Kuiper over you?
Yeah, well, so part of it was user error on my part, thinking that more people would. So I did 2 potential transfers because that's how the draft works with the waiver system, and I put the wrong priority around. So I had 2. I wanted to get Hincapié out because he was going to be second choice behind Calafiori and Gabriel. So I said there's going to be 2 options there. One is going to be Coyote from Brentford, and one is going to be De Kuiper, and I want De Kuiper. Silly old me did the waivers and did not order them in the way that I wanted to. So I ended up with Coyote, only to then give basically Max Dalman versus Everton for Catherine to just run through with an open goal and pick up De Kuiper. So imagine my surprise when I saw that she was above me in the table and yet ended up with the player that I wanted. So, yeah, amateur move
Lesson
on my
learned.
part. Amateur
It could
move on
work
my
in
part.
it could work in your favour because he
Yeah.
probably ain't going to keep a clean sheet against Chelsea, is he?
Yeah, and Coyote, if we look at his fixtures, Leeds away, Sunderland home, Bournemouth away in his next 3 games.
So you know what I mean.
So it's not too bad, but they do have a really weird fixture list because it's almost like they've got 3 games that are 2 or 3 difficulty, and then 4 games or 3 games of 4 difficulty, and then another batch of games of 2 or 3 difficulty, and then another batch of games of 4 difficulty, and then another batch of good games. So it's a very weird fixture list that they've got at Brentford. So hopefully over the next 3 games, I can make up some of those 17 points that De Kuiper picked up in game week 1.
So when you do the draft, can you not just go in and buy both players at the same time then?
You can if it's within the 24-hour mark of the deadline. So now we're in the final 24 hours. If you go to free agents, no one has made a free transfer yet. But if I went in and said, I want Anton Stack, I could go in there and say, let's get Jeremy Doku out.
Okay.
When's he expected back? Oh, next week.
Next week, yeah.
Week 3, yeah.
Which is why I'm keeping him in my squad despite being injured.
I think I have Bruno G. It's either in this. Oh no, it's not in this draft. It's in a draft with random people. I have Bruno G in the squad. I'm like, he's going to start playing at some point, and I'm going to want him.
Yeah,
if I knew when Saliba was going to be back, I would have brought him in. But
I was tempted to just keep Saliba on my bench for the entirety of the season until it's back. But the other transfer that I ended up getting was Ismail Assar out because he's on the way out of Crystal Palace, and Jack Hinchelwood in.
Yeah,
so very happy with that.
So you did end up getting Hinchelwood at the end of the day.
I did get Hinchelwood.
Just not in the main FPL.
Yeah, and probably a week too late as well. But yeah, happy with that. I think I've got a pretty decent team going into game week 2. I've gone with Pickford in goal, a back 5 of Coyote, Mascara, Gvardiol, Hume, and Branthwaite, with Cunha, Hinchelwood as my 2 midfielders, and a front 3 of Evan Nilsson, Richarlison, and Brobby. I've got a couple of flags on my bench in Doku and Maddison, but I've got Allison and...
He's fractured his shoulder, mate, so you might want to get rid of him.
Who? Maddison?
Maddison.
Okay, so...
That's what David Ornstein said. He broke or fractured his shoulder.
So, as I was looking at Anton... As I was looking at Anton Stack, who has a couple of decent games ahead of him, let's just do that now. Unless there is actually anyone else. Dewsbury Hall, Lewis Potter, but I am actually just going to go Anton Stack because I do like Stack. And confirm that signing. And now
it's to Stack in midfield.
It hasn't picked it up yet, but at some point I will.
I wonder if it has to go through and you have to confirm that over on. Yeah, because I'm not seeing it on a proposed transactions.
Oh, maybe it just didn't go through. Oh no, it is. No, it did. it is there. So pick team just needed some time to refresh, which I will do. There he is. And I think. Does Richarlison just go back to the bench? I think Richarlison on the bench.
Good call.
Yeah. And yeah, to me now the question is whether I start Pickford or whether I start Allison on that bench. But George, who would you say? Allison with Forest at home or Pickford with Bournemouth away?
Allison.
Allison it is. This could be sabotage from George here. So if we see...
To be fair, I think they both concede, so it don't really matter.
Fair.
But who's more likely to get more saves? Because
I
was
think
it every 3
Alisson.
saves you get a point? Yeah.
I think Alisson would.
Yeah.
This is when it's 0-0 against Bournemouth. You're like, yeah.
Yeah. So that is where the draft currently is at. Obviously, every week we will keep everyone up to date with how our draft is going. But the one thing that we need to look at here is our team for the FPL Breakdown Show. So let's take a look to see how FPL Breakdown got on at their
Gameweek 1.
Gameweek 1. And I'm pretty sure that's the right screen. I've got about 7 different windows open of FPL teams of varying degrees. So a lot of the time it's just a guess on which one that I'm actually clicking on. So just to run you through the team, George, FPL Breakdown Co. ended up with 63 points, and that was right in goal with 6. A back 5, a back 4 who returned. 3 of them returned with Gabriel on 5, Tarkovsky and Branthwaite on 6 points each, and Van Dijk on 2. Solis got 6 points, Cunha with 2, and Jai, who was captain, at 9 points, which good call by Adam last week, because that was the most out of anyone in the starting lineup. So he ended up with 18 points. Semenyo with 2 points, Szoboszlai with 8, and then Brian Brobby with 2 points. On the bench, again, pretty good picks. Henderson with 2 points, Chow with 3, Watkins with 0, and Calvert-Lewin with 1. I think there is an obvious transfer. There is an obvious transfer there in Watkins. So this is where we hand over the reins to the chat. So everyone in the chat, who would you like to see replaced in this team with when we take out Ollie Watkins? We've got 1 free transfer to make. But while we're waiting for the answers to start flowing in, let's take a look at the league table and the results. So in the head-to-head,
I think there's only one answer.
I beat the average 78 points to 50 points. And then FPL Breakdown beat George 63 points to 59 points, to give 3 points each to me and the FPL Breakdown team. Whereas the average and George are there on 0 points. But, there's still quite a lot of matches to go.
Long way to go.
Yeah. So game week 2, we are looking at
FPL
Breakdown team.
It's how you finish.
Exactly. So the FPL Breakdown team will play the average in game week 2, and that means it's me versus George for game week 2. So battle of the hosts here, and I think it could be pretty interesting with how our teams are shaping up, George.
Yeah. I think if I remembered to play my bench boost, that might have worked. But
yeah, you would have been ahead of me at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I think it's a decent start. Do you know what I mean? I think captaincy picks are going to be the one that make that decision. Because my captaincy picks have been awful for about 18 months. So hopefully that bit of luck changes this week.
Yeah, I agree. So Margaret, I've just seen the message come through. The question was, with the FPL Breakdown team, Watkins looks like he's on the way to Saudi Arabia. His values dropped down by 0.1. So the choice is, who should we replace Watkins in the team with? The obvious, I say the obvious answers. The highest scoring striker last week was Joao Pedro, who is affordable at 7.6. We then have Tiano Barry as a good option. He scored a hat-trick midweek in the Carabao Cup. Kai Havertz also returned, but we've got 3 Arsenal players as it is. Gonzalo from Fulham, brought in from Real Madrid, scored in his debut.
He's a good pick.
Do we have?
And then Jorginho Ruta from Brighton. Another solid option there. Scored against a pretty abysmal Brighton Aston Villa team. Sorry, but I think there are a couple of good options here. Catherine, what are you thinking?
I'm like first thought Joao Pedro, but then then he's playing Arsenal in game week 3. But if we think about Brighton against Brighton, he could do something. But the way that Brighton absolutely tore Villa apart, like, but Chelsea are home, so that could lead to even more points and more for Pedro. Or we can't do Barry from Everton. We already have 3 Everton players.
Correct. Yeah.
Ipswich. Who are Ipswich playing?
Ipswich have Man United.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool straight after.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even consider him. I mean, maybe Gonzalo from Fulham, maybe McBurney, just to throw it out there. Like, would essentially give you more money. On other midfielders in later weeks. I know I would say take the points, take Joao Pedro, but I mean, yeah, because Hull have a decent run of 3s with I think a 2 and a 4 thrown in there for like their next 7 games or something.
Yeah.
So
besides Chelsea, they've got the next fixtures are Coventry away, Aston Villa at home, Chelsea away, Newcastle away, Everton at home, and then Fulham away.
See, I don't think that's a half bad next 7 to 10 fixtures there.
Yeah.
And I mean, my biggest concern there is like, was the game against Manchester United adrenaline from being promoted and being back in the Premier League?
I mean, we saw that a few years ago when what was it, first game of the season? We went away to Brentford when they just got promoted, and we ended up losing 2-0.
I can't believe you missed the most obvious pick.
Who?
Liam Delap.
I mean, until he's actually playing and starting games, I don't want him. I'm
advocating, but they've got Ollie Watkins on the bench, so it don't matter. They're not playing him.
Yeah. Margaret suggested Pedro or McBurney.
Wait.
Who does McBurney people?
Hull. But there was a bit in that game where he turned into like prime Luis Suarez, like for about a 5-minute spell.
Well, he didn't bite someone, did he?
Almost, but it wouldn't surprise me if McBurney did.
All right, do we want to do heads for Joao Pedro, tails for McBurney?
I think that's a fair way of doing it.
All right, and here we go. Coin flip.
Let's hope
it's heads. It's kind of a cool looking head.
Heads for
coin.
Pedro.
Yep.
And there we go. And
damn it.
And in terms of picking the team, we've got Riot in goal, Gabriel, Tarkovsky, Branthwaite, and Van Dijk. Making up the defense, Solis, Cunha, and Jai, Semenyo, and Szoboszlai, with Brobby up front, Henderson, Chow, Joao Pedro, and Calvert-Lewin on the bench. I think the obvious answers would be bringing Calvert-Lewin and Joao Pedro into the team.
Yep. Yeah. I'd say Brobby on the bench, and Semenyo on the bench for Calvert-Lewin.
See, I was thinking one of the Everton defenders.
Or
I'd take
Branthwaite. Yeah, Branthwaite off.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot that there were 2 Everton defenders back there.
And obviously, as our guest for the week, Catherine, the captaincy choice is with you. We have a number of possibilities here. Even Gabriel in defense could be an option, given that I don't think Villa will score against us. and who knows what would be like at a corner as well. Solace is also here, which could be an opportunity. Ipswich being the fixture for
no, I don't.
Man United.
No,
or is that giving you too much PTSD?
No.
From
Yeah,
Game Week 1?
I mean, I would say at a minimum, vice captain should go to one of the Arsenal players. I'm almost thinking Silva for captain.
That's a very. I didn't think you were going to go there, but I like it.
I didn't think I was going to either. But with them playing Forest, I think this weekend for both Arsenal and for Liverpool, very high chances of clean sheets. I feel like, but Liverpool also just kind of struggled this past weekend.
Yeah,
but I think they're a little bit more settled in. I think there's the Newcastle Stadium got to them.
Yeah.
So I don't like it, but if you throw a vice captain onto Solis or Gabriel, or even Raya for that matter,
I'll do it on Solis just because you said his name first. But I do think the first game at Anfield this season, that would probably G up the team pretty well going into the game. So yeah, I think
he's their free kick taker
and penalty taker.
He's their penalty taker,
and I'm pretty sure he's on corners as well.
Yeah, he's on their corners, and he gets a single lone point for a clean sheet.
Yeah,
and I think he does pretty well with his defensive contributions, and he'll get points for those as well.
Yeah,
where like Solis, what you wouldn't really get the defensive contributions.
No.
Not as likely to get the defensive contribution points. But that's where Tarkovsky, I think, thrives, is just getting those points there. But I don't like that I'm saying Soboslai for captain, but I think to best the average, since that's who we're going up against, I'd say Soboslai.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very differential pick, but I do quite like it.
Yeah, I do. That's good.
Yeah. So that is the team saved and locked.
Oh wait,
for this.
Too late.
Switch around Bravi and yeah.
There we go. Cool. So that is the team all locked and loaded going into Game Week 2. Obviously, another Friday night fixture this week as well, and that is, I'm pretty sure my sister's letting herself into my flat at this point in time, which means I'm hoping that's my sister letting herself into the flat. Otherwise, I may need to go defend my home. So that sounds like a good point for us to end today. So, George, I'll hand over to you.
Yeah, nice one. So yeah, obviously, good luck to everyone for Game Week 2. I think we've got it all settled in now. I better go and look at my team. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to for those guys in the chat. Really appreciate, like we always say, you guys make the show, give us talking points. So really appreciate it. Obviously, if you are watching, please subscribe and share, and always feel free to just join in the chat. Just want to say thank you, Catherine. You've been brilliant as always. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Always happy to join in.
Nice.
Pending my work schedule.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. It's always great to have you on all of the shows, so thank you. And then obviously thanks to Ravi. Brilliant as always. I'll just say thank you before you've got to potentially check if it's your sister or someone else.
No, always a pleasure to be on. Obviously, what I'm saying that is if this isn't a show that I co-host. Always good to chat fantasy football every week. So yeah, looking forward to the Palace and Man City game on Friday, and then obviously the big one on Monday, Villa versus Arsenal. So let's hope for another positive week, and let's get me back into the top 10,000 again. Hey.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's see if I can get into the top 4 million.
And let's see
I've got full faith in you, Catherine.
And let's just see if George can remember to pick his right captain this week. So yeah, we'll see. But on that note, obviously, if you still want to watch some shows, obviously you've got the North Bank Summit at about 8:45 on the Cannon Presents with the one and only Liam and his guests. So give that a watch, and we will see you next week. Good luck, everyone, and have a good weekend. Good night.